Hello and welcome back to Kim Reads as we continue with the Diary of Anne Frank. Chapter 13, The Rise of Antisemitism, April 15, 1944. Dear Kitty, we're all tense as it seems we've run out of luck. The toilet's leaking and the faucet's stuck, but we should get these repairs soon thanks to our numerous connections. But one bad thing after another keeps happening. People forgot to unbolt the front door, so Mr. Cougar and warehouse employees couldn't get in. He went to Keg, smashed in our office window, and entered. The Keg people saw the open windows in the annex as well. What could they be thinking? Von Marin too? Mr. Kugler is very angry. We accused him of not doing anything to reinforce the doors, and then we do a silly thing like this. Peter's very upset and almost began to cry. I think we're to be blamed equally, as every day we check with him if he's unbolted the door, which we didn't do. I think I'll go and comfort Peter later. The good news is that Mr. Hyman is feeling much better and we'll see a specialist soon. Hopefully he won't need an operation. The Russians have occupied more than half the Crimea. The British aren't advancing beyond Cassino. Many heavy air raids have happened. The registry of births, deaths, and marriages in The Hague was bombed. New ration registration cards will be issued to all Dutch people. Mr. Dessel and Mr. Von Dunn have been talking on terms for days because of the new security measures after the break-in. One of them was that he's not allowed to go downstairs in the evening anymore. Peter and Mr. Von Dunn make the last round at 9:30 every night. After that, no one can go downstairs. No one's allowed to flush the toilet after 8 in the night or after 8 in the morning. The windows can only be opened in the morning after the lights to Mr. Kugler's office. They cannot be prodded open with a stick at night. And this is the main reason why Dussel is sulking. He blames Mr. Von Dunn for all this, saying he can live without food but not without fresh air. He insists on finding a way to keep the windows open. Dussel is not allowed to sit in Mr. Kugler's office on Saturday afternoons and Sundays anymore, because the manager at Kegg's might hear him if he's next door. Dussel defied this rule and sat there, making Mr. Von Dunn furious. Father had a word with Dussel, who gave a funny excuse. Now Father's keeping his interactions with Dussel limited as he insulted Father. To think that's that miserable man's birthday next week. How can you celebrate your birthday when you're sulking all the time? How can you accept gifts from people when you aren't even speaking to them? Mr. Voskujel's condition is deteriorating rapidly. He's had a temperature of almost 104 for 10 days now. Doctor says it's a hopeless condition as the cancer has spread to his lungs. We'd like to help the poor man, but only God can save him now. I've written a story called Blurry the Explorer, which was a big hit with my listeners. I've had a cold, which I passed on to Margot, Mother and Father. Yours, Anne. May 3rd, 1944. Dear Kitty, for the past 2 weeks we are having lunch at 11:30 on Saturdays. The only thing we have in the morning is a cup of hot cereal that saves a meal. Still difficult to get vegetables, and we've had rotten boiled lettuce that afternoon. Ordinary lettuce, spinach, and boiled lettuce are all there is. Add rotten potatoes to that, and you have a meal fit for a king. What's the point of war? Why can't people live together? They're in peace. Why is there so much destruction? The question is a fair one, but so far no one has provided a satisfactory answer. Why is England making bigger planes and bombs and at the same time making new houses for reconstruction? Why are countries spending millions on the war instead of spending it on medical science, artists, or the poor? Why are people in one part of the world starving when heaps of food are rotting away in another part of the world? Why are people so crazy? I think the war is the brainchild of politicians and capitalists. Oh yes, the common man is as guilty for not having rebelled long ago. The destruction of urging people, the urge to kill, until the whole of humanity witnesses a metamorphosis. Wars will be waged continuously, and everything that has been carefully cultivated and developed will be destroyed. And then we will have to start from zero. but we can hardly believe the prices of things in the outside world now. Half a pound of tea costs 350 guilders. 80 guilders for the same amount of coffee, a pound of butter, 35 guilders, an egg, 1.45 guilders, an ounce of Bulgarian Tabasco costs as much as 14 guilders. Black market trading is engaged by everyone. Break-ins, murders, and thefts are common, and even the police and the night watchmen are getting in on the act. Salaries have been frozen, as no one wants to stay hungry. They are resorting to crime. The police are having a tough task trying to track down teenage girls reported missing every day. Yours, Anne. Dear Kitty, Mr. Kugler told us today that Mr. Brox wanted to spend 2 hours in the office every afternoon from Monday. Imagine that. The office staff won't be able to come downstairs and the potatoes won't be delivered. Won't be able to move around or go to the bathroom. My biggest wish is that to be a journalist and a famous writer after that. After the war, I went to publish a book called The Secret Annex. I don't know if I'll succeed, but my diary can be the basis. Yesterday was Father's birthday. Father and Mother's 1920 anniversary, and a day without the cleaning lady. The sun was shining like it never did before in 1944. Our chestnut tree is in full bloom, beautifully covered in leaves. Everyone is talking about the invasion. The whole of Europe is talking about it, but sadly the invasion hasn't even begun. Our beloved Queen addressed the country on Tuesday and Wednesday evening. She's on vacation currently, so she'll be in good health when she eventually returns to the Netherlands. She used words like soon when I'm back in Holland, a swift liberation, heroism, and heavy burdens. Prime Minister Gerbrandy's speech followed. He has a squeaky little child's voice. A clergy concluded by asking God to take care of the Jews in the concentration camps. Prisons are working in Germany. The suspense has reached fever pitch now. The good Dutch people haven't kept their faith in the English, as not everyone thinks the English bluff is a brilliant strategical move. No one thought about the fact that the British are fighting their own interests. It's not their duty to save Holland, as everyone here assumes. Why should the English help us? The English are as much to be blamed for the war as the countries occupied by the Germans are now. The British were sleeping when Germany was rearming themselves. But then, so when we were all in other countries, especially the ones bordering on Germany, now all these countries, especially England, are paying a heavy price for their buried heads in the sand so long in the case of ostrich policy. No country will sacrifice its men without reason. England will soon choose the date of invasion and liberation, not the occupied territories. We are greatly dismayed as antisemitism has risen in circumstances where it's unthinkable. The Christians feel that the Jews are divulging their secrets to the Germans. Even if this were true, would the Christians have acted differently had they been in our place? Underground circles are saying that German Jews who immigrated to Holland before the war and now have been sent to Poland shouldn't be allowed to return here. They have been granted the right to asylum in Holland, but once Hitler is gone, they should return to Germany. After hearing that, one wonders why we are fighting this war. For freedom, truth, and justice? Well, the war isn't over yet, and Jews are considered as lesser human beings. The adage has been confirmed yet again. What one Christian does is his own responsibility. What one Jew does reflects on all Jews. It's not understandable how the Dutch, a nation of good, honest, upright people, can pass judgment on us, the most oppressed, hapless, and pitiable people in the world. I hope that this anti-Semitism is a passing phase. But the Dutch go carry out this threat, the handful of Jews left in Holland will have abandoned this beautiful country, which I gave to shelter and now turns it back on us. I love Holland. I hope that once it would be a fatherland to me as I lost my own. I still hope so. Yours, Anne. And that's the end of that chapter. See you later.